Hello, welcome. Episode 21 of Honkai Star Rail. In this episode, we're going to look to get into the main quest, as well as I'm going to talk a little bit about an update to how I'm going to wish here in about a week. So let's get into it. All right, I'm thinking about going ahead. I'm going to do the light cone banner first. It'll be in 7 days, of course. We still have a ways. The reason why I came to this conclusion is we need that light cone. We could always use it for Blade anyway. As I said before, we're not guaranteed on Jinglu, so it's very imperative that we get our light cone. So I think her light cone should come first. So that way we see if we get her light cone. If we get her light cone, then we are all good to go on Jinglu's character herself. But if I did Jinglu first, then we just kind of lose a ton of wishes just to lose the 50-50. I know that we have no control over winning the 50-50 or not, but what I'm trying to say is I think this is a smarter play. I'm only 30 away from pity here on the light cone, and then if I don't get the light cone, then we know, okay, yeah, I probably shouldn't wish on Jinglu then. I need to be smart and I need to start treasuring my tickets more. You just wish kind of for the hell of it. I'm at the point in time where I need to wish strategically. At the beginning, absolutely just throw tickets, because you need to get characters. You need to establish a team. But where I'm at right now, if we don't get Jinglu's light cone, the disciplined manner is not wishing anymore. Reason being is we're 4 pity into a max pity of 90 on the character banner. Very low. Considering that, I just need to wait for a better character then. And we don't absolutely need Jinglu. We have teams that we can work around and make better. But I think it all begins with that light cone. If we get the light cone, then we know, okay, we can at least take a chance on getting Jinglu. If we don't get the light cone, okay, we need to be disciplined and wait for another character to come up, like Fushua, Ron May, maybe someone even newer. All right, let's see what we get. 3 or 4. Come on. What is it? Yukong. She's a support. She's not bad. Don't get me wrong. She's not bad at all. But there are better supports. But having Eidolons could give you a reason to use them. That's the great thing about this game. You'll find yourself using characters that you never thought you'd use sometimes because of the Eidolons that you get. How many times you get that character can influence whether you build that character or not. 3 or 4. Just a 3. Just relic XP at this point. We have another wish here that we can use. We have done it. Just naturally, we have gotten to 120. We still have that 10 pull on April 26th coming through. I am so happy about this. I just heard a bird. It's from a couple episodes ago. This is a part of the story where we're chilling with Gallagher and this girl. We're looking to get some ingredients. I guess there's an ingredient on the stage. Don't really understand that.
Hey, look at all these chips scattered everywhere.
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Caused a ruckus for Siobhan. Those chips must have gotten scattered during all the chaos.
So enemies drop gold coins even in a dream?
That's a clever metaphor.
That being said, opening a bar in this place, filled with monsters, is quite a feat. Siobhan must have a lot of tricks up her sleeve, right?
You'll have to ask her yourself to find out. But I have a feeling she won't budge unless you impress her with an incredible drink.
He was literally standing right next to her. I mean, dude, just you ask her. She's right there.
Can this be used for mixing drinks? Oh, and there's a note underneath. Exchange with your precious things.
Doesn't sound good at all.
What should we exchange for it? And who should we give our stuff to?
No. Wait. Oh, okay. We can give that praise of high morals. Praise of high morals came from another place, the Shanzhou. We would get these praises of high morals for completing little tiny side quest things that weren't really even quests.
Whoa! The words on the note are changing. changing.
Originally, there was no real way to use praise of high morals. It was just there. Like, you'd get a bunch of these things and it would just stack up. Praise of high morals, I have like 10 of them. There's just no use to them, but I guess here there is.
Happiness belongs to the noble. Does this mean we can take it? Doing good deeds does pay off. Thank you.
This is a little bit outside of the circle. Fuck it.
It's Soul Glad, but I thought they didn't sell Soul Glad at the bar. Let's give it a shake. Nice, it's still fizzy and has a long shelf life.
Maybe it's placed here for decoration.
Yeah, perhaps. Soul Glad is a classic in Penacony, and it'd be strange for a bar not to have it. Why don't they sell Soul Glad in this bar? Did something happen?
It's all about the bartender's pride. It wouldn't make sense for customers to come here and order drinks they can find anywhere else. That's the mindset I use when I brew my coffee.
Literally, you remember last episode, that's the mindset that she uses when she brews her coffee because she makes it with alcohol.
You're right, Himeko.
Stay out of my way. I'm looking for Siobhan.
Okay, dude.
What's all the commotion about?
Why?
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The Dream Jolt Hostelry only welcomes guests who want to enjoy a drink to their heart's content. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your proposal.
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience. You're destined for the Iris' stage, not for this rundown shack. Come with me. We'll become the talk of Penacony, a shining light into every corner of the dreamscape. Please, Siobhan, I really need you.
Do y'all need some space? Maybe discuss this in private? I mean, does this really have to be happening right here?
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests. Don't make me repeat myself.
Jesus.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here and not go anywhere else. Give me a sparkling drink, sweet with extra ice.
Please and thank you. Like, manners just kind of disappear in the moment of extreme emotion. I mean, does she really gotta do this dramatic shit here? Like, go and do that in private.
Just one moment.
What's her deal? Can't discuss the case with other people hanging around the bar.
Hey, can you do that clockwork trick of yours again?
That's actually a great idea. Just what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I'm counting on you.
You just gotta get her out of here, dude. She's just being so extra right now.
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right? What can I do for you? If you're here to convince me to leave, please stop it. I'll never leave until she accepts my proposal.
We'll see about that.
I just don't get why she won't leave this place. This rundown shack with no customers whatsoever.
That's probably the point, because you want her to be the exact opposite. You mentioned her wanting to be in bright lights, surrounded and known by everyone. Like, maybe she doesn't want that life. A lot of people think being quiet and keeping to yourself is such a bad thing. But you really start to see there's just people who are obsessed with validation, getting it from other people, but not everyone needs that. Some people just don't get it, that sometimes you just want to chill. You don't want to be in the spotlight. But this is the type of girl that wants that thinks that's everything to her. Perspective. Not saying it's necessarily a bad thing though. I want to make that clear. Taban just said anything can be imbibed. I don't know what that means. Perhaps you can try various experiments to see what different emotions can brew with different drink ingredients.
I've seen it. The moment when Siobhan and I share the stage.
It just doesn't seem like that's what she wants. When you're looking for love, it seems like she's in love with her too. You don't want to force a person to be what you want them to be. You need to just go and be patient and find that. It'll come to you. But when you try to force someone to be what you ideally want them to be, is that morally good?
The crowd is going wild. Applause crashing like waves. The aroma of irises fills the air. A beautiful melody playing. Ribbons dancing around us. And the taste is sweeter than honey. I've seen that scene countless times in my dreams, and every time it mesmerizes me. That's why I have to bring her back to that world, no matter what it takes. Want to raise a glass, my attentive listener? Let's consider it a toast to my far-fetched dream. Those darn Iris jerks! They're the ones who forced Siobhan into hiding here, running this pesky bar. It's all their dirty scheming. I get it now. She's not leaving because she doesn't want to run into them again. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I'll go back and write a letter to the Dream Master exposing the crimes committed by the Iris family. Siobhan will definitely appreciate it.
She's right in front of you. Why don't you just ask her? Okay, so she's already calm. That was what she was at the beginning. So there is only 3 states that she can be. So this one, the sad one, must be the one that helps her.
It's ridiculous, right? Our paths were never meant to cross, yet I'm still holding on to her. I'm too timid and shy, longing to shine but afraid of stepping into the spotlight. I need her guidance because I'll never be able to do anything alone.
This reminds me of a video that I watched that talked about what is called like the surrender story. You need to be able to love yourself and be able to be capable of being alone before going after someone else. If you're in this stage, you'll constantly need someone else. You don't want to be in this type of position. If this is what her subconscious is saying, you may need guidance, yes, but you gotta start with the foundation, which is yourself. You gotta be able to say things like, instead of because I'll never be able to, I will be able to, I am able to. Start telling yourself those things even if you don't believe them, because later it will actually force that to be reality. You are able to.
You don't know Siobhan's past, and you have no clue how radiant she used to be. Even among the talented Iris family, her skill was unmatched.
Now, getting some context on this, Siobhan, is she scared of going back? Okay, then that now opens my mind up a little more about what I said earlier. Yes, some people do want to be kind of just low key, but what if they're forced into that spot? She may be actually just a really good person, just trying to get her to get out of her shell, and maybe she was forced into her shell. I guess I do get it. Maybe something bad really did happen, and we don't know Siobhan's past, so I get it. I get it now.
I know. She probably thinks I'm just trying to ride her fame to get ahead. But all I want is for her to reclaim her place.
You know, it's up to you to decipher. I think she's in love. I don't think she is using her either. I guess now it's just talking to her, Siobhan. Like, how do you feel about all this? Is she telling the truth or is she psycho?
Well, talking to you has got me feeling a bit down. My thoughts are swirling, making my mind clear and bringing tears to my eyes. Maybe I should find a place to reflect on what Siobhan truly means to me. Here's the payment for the drinks. Please, pass it on to her. I'm leaving now.
I mean, this could all be solved if she just talked right now. This is why drama continues on for much longer than it should be, especially in our society, is because you two are right here. Like, just talk. Figure it out now. Find peace with it, find resolution, and move forward. It's really that simple. Why is your back turned towards her? Like, Gallagher, encourage her to turn around and just talk. You either feel some way about it and you're like, you know, you're right, and you just tell the truth, or you need to tell her she needs to, like, look, this is becoming a problem. You need to let me go. Try to be as respectful as possible.
Amaki has left?
You heard her, dude, the entire time. I feel like in these conversations, I swear, it's like whenever there's person talking to someone, no one else in the whole world can hear it, or even 5 feet from them can hear the conversation. You heard everything that she was saying because you were right in front of her.
That's good for her. Radiant dreams may be enticing, but they're nothing more than dreams. Her drink is on the house. Please keep the money.
I don't even know how to decipher that.
When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he's itching to show off his skills.
So to be honest with you, what was the point of this whole thing?
That being said, mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just pick your favorite ingredients, toss them in a glass, mix it up, and it's done. So go ahead, explore the bar, and bring me any ingredients you prefer.
Let's get on with it.
Nice work. Let me take a look. You found some interesting ingredients there. Now take your pick. Each drink has its own unique flavor, and the base ingredient sets the tone for the initial taste and the lingering aftertaste. So, which one would you like to use as the base?
Let's just do this.
Sweeter than Sousa juice and more bitter than dream syrup. Dream in a bottle. That's a metaphor for Penacony itself. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct. The ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction with the base. It should give an unforgettable taste without overpowering the main tone. So, what's your choice for the adjunct?
We're just gonna do this high stakes one.
This is the most pungent adjunct we have, and my personal favorite. Before Mikhail left, the wrinkles at the corners of his eyes had deepened like knife cuts. He mumbled, his breath too weak to climb up his throat, caught up in his chest, but I could smell it. The lingering scent of Penacony itself on that night.
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you prefer? Anything you need, I've got it. The IPC's favorite. Ambitious, aren't you? Well, it's done. Here's to you, seeker of truth, with this glass of farewell, my lovely, to unfinished business.
Well done, Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
So are you satisfied?
Oh, the flavors. They're way more sophisticated than Soulglad.
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste the spicy and sour notes with a hint of sweetness. I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
Does this true taste have anything to do with that Mikhail?
Yeah, this name sounds familiar. I just don't exactly remember where it's from.
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit, and now there's no reason to hide anything from you anymore. Let's dig deeper into the case, and of course, I'll tell you a story about Mikhail. All right, let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she's a stowaway. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run into one sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality. But here's the thing. We only received bad news, and the trickiest kind at that. She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality, as if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Huh? Does that mean...
Don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that.
A clever metaphor. You were making a metaphor, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the Bloodhound family has dealt with before.
Dealt with before, so death does happen in Penacony, if I understand correctly.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people. If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true problem with the family.
I guess it's time to tell the story of that Mikhail.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know the secrets it holds?
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer to the question, why does life slumber?
That's the exact wording.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did you write it? It's quite poetic.
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how could I not know? I'm sure you must have noticed that this message didn't come from the family. You might have even guessed that the relationship between the family and the Watchmaker isn't as close as it seems.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds.
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time, but the hounds haven't been able to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the characters and stories he created. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watchmaker to send out such a ridiculous message to the outside world, inviting you here and causing chaos?
So, you want to seize this opportunity to expose the Watchmaker?
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark, right? Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the land of the dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony, and he's the root cause of all the anomalies in the dreamscape.
The Watchmaker's evil, essentially.
You don't get it? Well, I mean, Mikhail, the betrayer of the family, he's the Watchmaker. Here we are, Clock
Come on.
Studios theme park, the most popular entertainment center in Penacony.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the Watchmaker? I would have expected you to take us to maybe a library or an archive room of sorts. But an amusement park?
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. To you, it's a fun place, but to me, it's a prison for the planet's past. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here, helping the Garden of Recollection salvage the leaking memoria from the macrovoid. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless prisoners intersected and overlapped, and people started meeting each other in their dreams, living lives that were almost identical to reality. But everything has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners in reality. One of the prisoners broke free from the IPC shackles and fought for freedom. He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peacemaker, and the faithful companion of the underdogs. History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from Penacony's actual history. These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past. Once you realize this, you'll understand why we're here.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
Adventuring. All right, that's it for this episode. I'm just gonna keep playing this because we need to keep going. Yeah, it's a great place to stop. We're chilling at almost 40 minutes on there, so I don't know how, but I hope y'all have a great day. It's TMD, Thatmandrin. Peace.